Using the ShowMe Design Studio is quick and easy, and no HTML experience is required. In fact, the only thing you need to consider is the design. In this case, we're taking inspiration from the Cengage homepage. So let's log into the designer and start designing our page. The Design Studio has been built to be intuitive. So first, let's build a dashboard. Dashboards can be created in a number of ways. First, we're going to choose the standard template. We could also choose a Windows template. Standard templates are very much like a standard web page, and here I can select my resolution with a great many devices being supported and more being added all the time. In this case, I'm going to select it for a PC laptop, and I'm going to say the height ratio is 2 times of that, so it doubles the width of the resolution in the y-axis. I'm going to center the page, and I'm going to have a void background that's, well, kind of a light grey. Here I can choose any colour that I like within the spectrum, frankly. EF, 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 EF. It's a very light grey, that'll be fine. And there's my blank canvas for creating my web page. Next up is to actually start populating the page. So I'm going to start by putting some images on to start making it look like the Cengage homepage that we just saw. So first I'm going to select a blue box. Many different libraries in here that I've uploaded images in previously. At any time I can upload more images, and they could be of anything that I like: PNGs, JPEGs, GIFs, and so on. Let's select this small 4-pixel blue box. The great thing about selecting small graphics is when I stretch them, then I'm only using the memory resided within that 4 pixels, so it takes up a lot less room, making it quicker and easier to load. I can fine-tune this by putting in the pixel width and the height to make it fill out that top page, to make it look like the banner. Then I need to make the position. Put a 1 in there in the X and a 1 in the Y, and it's slotting in very nicely in the top there. We'll carry on and add another image. Again, it automatically populates the Cengage one. I'll choose the logo. I'll pop it down there, but that's kind of looking a little bit too big, so I'm going to resize that. And again, without any HTML experience whatsoever, and very much like a basic art package, I can move these around and resize as I so fit. Let's add another image. We'll add the big white logo that'll go across my blue banner at the top. Again, let's resize that. And hey, presto, that's starting to look okay. I'll move that more over into the top left-hand corner there. Great. Okay, another image. This time we'll choose the maybe the background, something to flesh out the tiles, so I can add some buttons over the top of it later. So let's add this slider bar. Okay, I'll position that just below the blue header there. I'll make it fit by stretching it out slightly, adding in some dimensions, making sure it centers nicely. And also you'll notice that by using the background there, I can create an even look and feel, so it smooths out the graphics. Now the Z position was too high. The Z is basically the stacking of the images. The higher the priority means the more prevalent it will appear on the page. Okay, we're just going to continue adding some of these images. This is really just to show you how quick and easy it is to build up a web page in just a couple of minutes. So within the space of just a couple of minutes here, I've got something that's already starting to look very nice indeed. Now let's add some function. To do this, first thing we're going to do is add some buttons. Buttons can come in a number of formats, but we've had some predefined graphics, so I don't need that text. So I'll remove that, and then we have title maintenance. Perfect. Okay, let's add a couple more. customers, and perhaps another one too. Now behind each of these buttons I can add certain events. So I could say, depending upon what the button is, what happens. Now this could hook into existing RPG, this could be a hyperlink to somewhere else. In addition, I can have before and after images. Remember on the Cengage homepage they had a rollover, so when I rolled my mouse over it went to a darker blue. Let's replicate this. Okay, I'm saying go to the home page when I click on the home button. Let's add just one more button there. This one will be for, let's say, for sales. And we'll create a dashboard behind a cube that we created earlier to that. Okay, and when I want to click on that button, where do I want to go? I want to open a dashboard and I want to go to my sales dashboard. Perfect. Now they're not very lined very well, but I can click all of those and there's a useful toolbar below that makes light work of automatically correcting any errors. Okay, so we've been working on this for a little while now. Let's see where we're up to. Go to my dashboards, select the home page, and as you see I've filled it out a little bit more with some more buttons, hyperlinks, and some text and some more graphics. One thing missing is visiting our learning center. I'm going to add an inline frame here, a web widget essentially. What I want to add within that is a map. Why not a Google map? Well, our learning center is in Cambuslang, so I'll say there. Now that box is 315 by 215. I think I created it, so let's have a look, preview that. That's about the right size. So I'll copy that hyperlink. Simply copy that. I'll flick back to the design studio, and within there I shall paste. Now for my sales dashboard, where I drilled down to when I click that sales button. So I've reversed the rollover so I know where I am when I'm navigating. There's my home, and I want to add an event. So when I click on that home button, I'll go to the home page. I've also added some buttons here for previous, and that's on that particular cube, level up, go back a level, next, and also this one here, which I'm going to say is a button for export to Excel. Now there are plenty of options within the events that I can choose from. The choice is, well, I wouldn't say limitless, but very wide, varied indeed. So what next? Well, I want to add my chart from my cube. I did that a little earlier, but to show you how we go about this, let's add that in a different format. I'll say as a data grid, so in lines format. So I add that. That's far too big. I'm going to move that over there and pull it over to the left, and voila, that cube that we created in the green screen is done and pasted within our menu in just a few minutes. So let's save that template off, and at any time I can preview the results so I can see what a real user would see in a live situation. Well, it looks pretty good to me. So let's save that off and have a look. So remember the original Cengage landing page with all the rollover buttons at the top? Well, let's see what we've created. I'll go to my login page, and I'm logging in as a user here rather than as a designer. Everything's pre-configured, signing on, and I land into the home page. And here are my rollovers, just as I did in the design. All the hyperlinks work. I've got some buttons here, some text there. I can also link out to Twitter, for example. Click that Twitter button and I go to the Cengage Twitter page. Works all very well. Click back, as you would expect. And I'm back to my dashboard. Click the Facebook button. And of course I go to where else but the Cengage Facebook page. Again, all works very well. Click back. It's all for a more immersive user experience. Okay, and here is some shortcuts which could be hyperlinks to particular dashboards and queries, or OLAP reports. And here's that inline frame I created earlier using the Google Maps. That all works very well. I can zoom in, zoom out, and view the satellite image too. And right at the bottom, I have some hyperlinks that would take us to the corporate part of the page as well. So all external links. Talking about internal links though, let's click to the sales page. Drill down and I see the chart and the OLAP report that we created earlier. And again, I can drill down to other areas if we created them, but for the sake of this demo, I didn't. But what I did do was create that button to export to Excel. Now, I'm not going to get a great amount from this page, but just to show you that it works, I'll generate that report, open it, automatically launches Excel, and hey presto, everything's downloaded quickly and easily and without a fuss. And everything you see here was created in less than a couple of hours. No HTML was required, it was quick, it was easy, and it was very powerful in its application.